So next up, another dash for cash. It will be our women's B 3,000 metres, and once again it is a dash for cash. $100 going to our winner. Charlotte Wilson will be setting the pace once again. Our field in Station 1 from Collingwood Harriers, Michaela Young. In 2 from Sandringham, Olivia DaCosta Alves. Station 3 from Box Hill, Annabelle Smith. In 5 from Ballarat YCW, Olivia Beaton. Alexandria Anthony from Glen Huntly is in 6. From Williamstown, Chloe Phelan in 7. Representing Melbourne University, we have in Station 8, Alexandra Bucky Smith. In 9 from Ballarat YCW, Rose Ashman. Meg Oakley Kerr from St Stephen's in 10. Poppy Scott Dalgleish, Diamond Valley is in 11. Lara Sakana from Athletics Essendon in 12. In 13 from South Melbourne, Sarah Waters. Zoe Woods from Melbourne University is in 14. Emily Mifsud from Athletics Essendon 15. And in Station 17 from Ballarat YCW, Aria Violini. They are our 15 starters in the Dash for Cash, the Women's B 3,000 metres.
On your mark.
So 15 starters, the Dash for Cash, another $100, courtesy of the Milers Club, going to the winner. Charlotte Wilson pacing this one. We'll see where she positions herself and who decides, like Tess Rhodes, that it's not a bad place to be going with the pacemaker. Once again, fairly frenetic start here. On the inside, a few of the girls really moving nicely. I think that might be Woods from Melbourne University. It's Rose Ashman, Woods, Phelan, Oakley Kerr, Scott Dalgleish in that order. So big run from Ashman in the all schools, over 3,000 metres. I think a massive PB from her on this track not so long ago. Conditions nowhere near as good that day as they are today. And Rose Ashman from Ballarat YCW deciding she is really going for it. So you can see Charlotte Wilson sitting midfield. Quite a few of the girls deciding, okay, we're going to stick around here because they know exactly what that pace schedule is going to be. So I think Phelan's still sitting there in 3rd position. Oakley Kerr, Scott Dalgleish, I think, next. So I missed the split on 400, but it's relatively quick as they go through a 10-minute pace. All the field was under 10-minute pace as they went through. And remarkably, not one of these have got a seed time under 10 minutes. So you can see how quick they are out front at the moment. So Ashman leading the way. Not a breath of breeze out here trackside whatsoever. This is perfect running conditions for 3,000 metres. So Ashman, Woods, Phelan, Scott Dalgleish. Now we see Wilson starting to move her way through. DaCosta Alves, just ahead of Oakley Kerr. Then Sakana, Anthony, Waters, also up there at the moment, Olivia Beaton from YCW. Great, once again, so many YCW singlets here and crop tops here today at Lakeside. Yes, this evening, thank you, Cookie. So no change out front. What we're seeing behind, though, is the field is starting to come together. So Charlotte Wilson in the white cap, you can just see her edging through. She's next to Sakana now. And they're through the 200-metre mark. Sorry, the 800-metre mark, past the 200. Around the top end, they're approaching the 1K. And that's where we'll get a really good indicator of how they're moving. So coming in with a seed time of 10:18.8, that is Rose Ashman leading the way. So 80-second laps, they are 10-minute pace. 3:20 per K is 10-minute pace. We're going to be well under that. 3:05 on the clock now. So Ashman, Woods looking good. So time check, 3:14, 3:15 for Ashman. Phelan, then Scott Dalgleish. Seeing Waters just following through there. Anthony's got Sakana just to the back of her and Mifsud. Bucky Smith just back of the field now. Also Ariana Violini. She's got a 10:45 time. No change out front though. So Phelan's still sitting nicely there in third. Scott Dalglish fourth, so no change there. The young lady from Sandringham, DaCosta Elves, she's sitting alongside now the pacemaker in Wilson. Oakley Kerr, Waters, Anthony, Sakana, Mifsud. So 3:58 through the 1200. The gap is starting to close now. Phelan, step by step, just starting to bridge that gap as Ashman just starting to take the foot off the pedal and the chasers are starting to come through. So now we're going to see the white cap of Charlotte Wilson doing her job and leading runners through this pack. So Charlotte will just be sticking to pace beautifully. Sarah Waters in the South Melbourne colours to the outside of her with Alexandria Anthony. So remember, there is $100 on the line for this race as well. Charlotte Wilson can't win that. As we see Phelan sitting in third. So Waters alongside Scott Dalglish. DaCosta Elves to the inside. Also coming through there. Sorry, that was Mifsud in next position off the chase pack. So out front, no change. But we're seeing the pacemaker starting to make her way through. So two of the more experienced runners are side by side there. That's Anthony and also Waters. Oakley Kerr just sitting nicely at the back of that pack. Lara Sakana saw her have a beautiful win here too, over 3,000 metres at the All Schools. So Lara always runs well at Milers Club, and she's running a very smart race there, just sitting in that pack and not doing too much of the work in the early stages. So I'll be coming down to get 3 laps to go. No change out front, but that white cap just edges further and further or closer and closer to our leaders and dragging runners with her. So Anthony going wide, Waters to the inside of her, Sakana in the mix with that pack now. This is going to be a pretty interesting last kilometre. So Alexandria Anthony from Glen Hutley now takes the lead. Great pacing once again, Charlotte Wilson, you're an absolute gem. Ashman leads, Anthony, Phelan, Woods, Sakana, then Oakley Kerr, Waters, DaCosta Elves, and then Scott Dalglish. Next one up would be the Melbourne Uni runner there. I'll try and spot that one. Coming through now, Annabelle Smith. Also Olivia Beaton. Bucky Smith now coming through. And Violini in next position. But out front, no real change. The one to watch here, I reckon, Sakana. She does have a nice kick finish. But boy, there's now 6 or 7 in the mix there, as Oakley Kerr just gets a break on Waters. So will we see a change of leads shortly? I think we might. So Ashman has done a lot of the work, but now we're seeing Lara Sakana. As I said, she really knows how to strategise a race. She's got a very good racing brain, and Sakana just starting to move herself forward. One to watch might be Phelan. I think she's still got a little bit of go in her legs as well. So the young lady from Williamstown. We've also got Anthony on the comeback trail after injury. And Young is the other one who's in the mix here. Michaela Young, haven't called her the whole way through. So there's a lot in the mix here. So Waters just going past DaCosta Elves. Scott Dalglish just off the back of her. So there's still 6 out front and then 4 chasers. Woods just starting to ease back. Michaela Young looking good too. Those legs just starting to move down that back straight. And it is just the smaller figure though of Sakana. Really looking nice. But big hats off here to Ashman, because she really has not dropped off here, even though she's been joined by so many other runners, and Ashman's the one who makes the next move. Anthony also is moving up. A little bit of a gap then to Oakley Kerr, Woods and Waters, and I think that is Scott Dalglish in next position. So they'll be coming around to get 1 lap to go. Lara Sakana, so 2 laps out now for Violini. So Sakina just turning the screws. This is a really great race from her, like she did at the All Schools. She just winds it up and just sees what damage she can do to the runners behind her. And Lara Sakina is doing just that again this afternoon, or this evening here at Lakeside. Phelan in second. Anthony next. Anthony had a good win over the 5Ks at the Melbourne Marathon Festival, and she's now here at Lakeside Stadium. But Sakina's now out by 10 metres. Phelan, Anthony, Ashman, Young, Oakley Kerr, then Scott Dalgleish and Waters. Zoe Woods looking good still. She was strong early. Then DaCosta Elves. Big gaps now starting to form in the field, and it is Sakina. Look at this. Another impressive run from Lara Sakina. She took out an encouragement award here last year at Milers Club, and this is why. This girl has got plenty of heart. Nice running though from Anthony. She's kicking on beautifully here, just ahead of Phelan. We're seeing Young, also Oakley Kerr starting to move through, and it is Ashman just starting to tire a little bit, but why not when you've done so much of the work out front, and hopefully still a big time here from Rose Ashman to be rewarded with 10.18 is her best. Bucky Smith now coming through just behind Beaton. And then we see Violini coming through, but it will be Lara Sakina. She's going to take out the $100 to dash for cash. So it's a massive run here once again. Lara Sakina, very impressive runner. She's got a 10.15 seed time, well under the 10-minute mark. Lara Sakina, $100 richer after a very, very smart run. So Lara takes it, 9.50 odd. Ashman over the top, 9.58. Then Anthony, Phelan, Young. A lot of the girls under the 10-minute mark there, so fantastic running. Well done, girls. We see Poppy Scott Dalgleish, Sarah Waters coming through around the 10-11 mark, then Zoe Woods. Very, very brave running, a lot of these girls. DaCosta L, she'll be next through. 10.23 is her best. She's now beaten that here tonight. So lots and lots of PBs, but the dash for cash taken out by Lara Sakina. But Rose Ashman, what a run. So let's get behind our last runners here as we see Annabelle Smith coming through. Also Emily Mifsud, Olivia Beaton in the straight now. So Beaton through. Also Bucky Smith, very impressive B race here. So Bucky Smith through just over the 11-minute mark. And Aria Violini from Ballarat YCW comes into the straight now. Is our final finisher in the B 3000. Aria Violini through, so that is a very exciting B race in the women's